seeing water off a duck's back. You can see it.
What types of ducks are there?
So these are mallards. So the colourful ones, the ones with the green head, the yellow beak, that's the male, and the brown one with the little blue flash, that's the female. And these are dabbling ducks. So that means that they only upend, they don't dive under the water. So where you're putting the seed in on the floor there, okay, they can take the seed off the surface and they can dabble down to take the seed from there.
They can't go that far, can they?
So if we're not giving them seed, they would be eating plants that are in there, and they might take things like small snails and stuff like that as well. Okay.
Look at water off a duck's back.
Yep. So you can see where the water just runs off. Now, to keep the feathers waterproof, they have to preen. They use preening glands, which put like a coating over the feathers. Okay. So you will find they're not always feeding. They don't always sleep. They've got all kinds of different things they need to do. Okay.
Will they stay here all winter?
Some will stay around, but this pond's not that big, so it will freeze over. So they're going to need to move somewhere else. So they can move to the river, not far away, or they can fly further away to bigger lakes, things like that.
When do they have their babies?
So babies, the mallards can lay eggs quite early in the spring, so you can have mallards on eggs in February, but it's more likely to be March onwards. And they'll have more than one clutch, so more than one lot of eggs. And you'll get, 8 to 12 young ducklings per brood. Okay. But they have that number because a lot of them don't survive. Yeah. For all kinds of reasons. So when you're feeding them, if you can feed them grain rather than bread and things like that, then that's a lot better for them. Than bread.
Oh, okay.
So there haven't actually been any scientific studies that show that bread is bad, but we know that bread swells when it gets wet. We know that it doesn't actually have that much in it. This is a much more natural way of feeding. They will eat seed, the seed off the trees that falls into the water. They'll eat that. So this is mimicking that and gives them the chance for their crop, where they put the seed inside to then break it up and digest it. They can work on that. There are theories that ducks' stomachs swell when they get a lot of bread in them. There are theories that their crops can get compacted. So we try not to feed them bread. As I say, the other thing about the bread is, if you feed and they don't eat everything that you put out, then over time that starts to rot. Okay, and you might get things coming in to eat that. So the seed, much more natural, much more easier to break down, kinder to the environment generally.